I'm a delivery driver that picks up stuff on my route to flip for money.
Just out here on the route. Am I gonna load that in my mail truck? No. That would upset the Karens.
And for anyone super worried right now, I brought back my own truck, Ol Roja, on my own time after my deliveries were made to load this up.
Oh, my hitch is in the way. That'll work.
But where there's a will, there can be nothing that stands in the way of a woman who truly wants to load a bench in the bed of her truck.
First off, we've got to make ourselves look a little bit presentable. I mean, I can make a viral video and look like absolute garbage, but heaven forbid I should go in Hobby Lobby without my hair brushed. It's not really blending. It's what happens when you use your fingers because you don't have a brush or the correct color makeup. And it doesn't look awful. Goals just don't look awful. Mostly presentable. I forgot. We have to measure. You're only a good little redneck if you carry your own tape measure with you everywhere you go. I'm a good little redneck. 22 across.
That's 44, and then we'll say 7.
Oh my gosh, I was homeschooled. I have to do math. 44 plus 14, 58? 58. That's pretty quick, right? For being homeschooled.
Okay. About 23.
35 by 58. 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 Why write it down when you can just repeat yourself until you get there? 35 by 58. Ooh, this is nice. I like that. Ugh. But of course, it's not 40% off this week. Which means that if we wait until next week-ish, we could save 40%. But I'm in the mood to do it now.
Quick interjection. Can we just stop and appreciate the fact that I'm wearing 2 pairs of glasses on my head right now?
But I'm poor. We're gonna have to wait.
So I did go back a week later, and it was 40% off, but I didn't feel like recording anything because I was completely covered in poison ivy. Apparently I'm super duper allergic to it and had to go to the doctor, get a shot in the ass, which wasn't fun at all, but only a little less fun than going home and figuring out how many of these blocks I had to pull away to get this bench apart. And it's not that it was that many, it was just figuring out the placement and how they were screwed in. But once I figured that out and got it all apart, I felt pretty good about myself. That was before I discovered the 50 bajillion 11 staples that were in this fabric. Like, the person who had this, whose trash I picked this bench out of, really must have liked this fabric because they did not want it to come off. So I took my needle nose pliers, you stick them in, you roll it out, and it saves your hands just a little bit. So confession time, I don't really know the first thing about upholstering. Like, maybe the first thing, not the second or third thing, definitely. So I'm just doing my best here. This is not a video about how to upholster. I'm just doing my best. Okay, upholstery people, do not come for my corners. I don't know what I'm doing. But this doesn't look too bad for someone who doesn't know what, well, except for maybe that corner. The bottom of the bench had a slight curve, which did make it a tiny bit difficult, but the top was straight across, and that was a little more easy for me to do. Now I'm taking Dixie Belle's chalk paint in the color Caviar, and I'm going to paint basic black across the bench. Then for my splash of color, I'm using peony and a wrinkled up piece of bubble wrap, and this is my application process. And I'm kind of digging it. I think it's all right. So there's this company named WoodUBend, and they make a metallic paste. They also do all of these cool moldings, and I find myself using it a bunch on all of my pieces just to add a little bit of extra for a pretty, cheap price. Of course, I will list all of the information on the products and all of the links and all of the things in the description in case some of you might find that information helpful in the description below. Did I say that? Did I double up on what I just said? I don't even remember. The point is, believe in yourself, play hard, and peace out, my friends.